All right, so we're going to talk some estimation. So we're going to estimate a decimal sum or difference. Estimating always means we are looking for the nice numbers to work with before we do anything else. So we're kind of saying, how close is this number to a nicer number? And then we're really going to be working with stuff that is easier to think about. With the problems they're going to be doing, they're not going to make it the easiest number, because if I was looking at these numbers and I was going to estimate what my answer is going to be, I'm really thinking much easier. And 19.23 is really close to 20, so I'd be thinking 20. And 5.876, I would be thinking that's really close to 6. So this is really, in my mind, if I was doing it estimating just in general, if they didn't give me specifics, I'd say this is 20 minus 6, or even 20 minus 5. So I'm going to get something that's close to 15, close to 14, something like that, if I was actually doing the whole problem. Keep in mind, that answer is not exact. It is an approximation to know if I'm in the ballpark for my answers. But in these cases, they're telling us what they want us to round to first. So we're making the numbers nicer first. A lot of people get estimating and rounding backward, mixed up. Estimating is not do the problem, then round your answer. It is round the numbers to something nicer and then do the problem. So they're telling us what to round to. So we need to the nearest tenth, meaning it's going to be to these numbers here, which I would still go much smaller. So this is 19.2. The next number is the 3. You're looking at that. If it's 5 or more, I have to round up. Otherwise, I keep it the way it is. So 19.2 minus 5.8. This is bigger than 5, so this is 5.9. And now you got to think about how you're going to subtract it. There's a whole bunch of ways to do it. The old school way of stacking it is not always the best, but most people have been shown this. So it would be 19.2 minus 5. You have to line up those decimals, 0.9. And then they'd have the borrowing and doing that. So 19, I need to borrow 1 from that. So I have 18. And then I have 12. 12 minus 9 is 3, and 18 minus 5 is 13, which is close to my really old approximation. So that is one way to do it. I could also say that I am taking away from how we're dealing the numbers. Some people learn how to subtract different ways possible. I would think of a whole bunch of different ways to do it. Whatever you're doing, as long as you're subtracting it and thinking of those numbers properly, is perfectly acceptable. If you do have other questions and want to think of different ways of subtracting instead of the stacking of it, please show me your work, ask for questions. I can show you other ways to do it. However, this is the way that I find most students have been taught, and keeping with comfort level, I will keep it at that for right now.